which is that the only way we can have a common manifesto for our common future is to ban party manifestos. Let's ban them. I hear time and again a lot of Ghanaians frustrated about why we cannot have a national development plan and stick to it. We keep referring to Malaysia, we keep referring to Singapore, we keep referring to the Chinese. And we know that this has been a very fundamental part of their transformation. There's no way we can have a common national development plan and stick to it if we keep having party manifestos. It's not possible. There's a contradiction there. So if we want a common manifesto that will translate into a common development plan, I say ban the party manifestos. And that raises a fundamental question. If you ban the party manifestos, what are the parties going to compete over? The liberal democratic dispensation that we have says it's a contest of ideas. So let the best ideas compete and let them win. And that is why every 4 years we do elections, supposedly to elect the best ideas. But I don't think that's the most important thing. The most important thing, and David has alluded to some of them, is that we need consensus. And the stories of the Asian tigers that we admire so much keeps pointing to this issue. So I say, in order to have a common national manifesto, let's ban the party manifestos. Now, if they don't have manifestos, what do they compete over? I say, let them compete over who is the best at achieving what I call the national KPIs, the key performance indicators, which is what we don't have. So the situation we have now is like you've employed people, but you don't give them KPIs. And you don't have any mechanism for measuring these key performance indicators by which you decide whether to retain them or to promote them or to sack them. So the employees are the ones who approach you and tell you that this is what I want to do for you. And you, the employer, says, okay, have the job. No KPIs. They set their own KPIs. At the end of the 4 years, the employee comes back to you and says, I've done very well. Retain me. There is no rigorous mechanism for determining whether they have really executed well or not. And they repeat the promises. This is a fundamental flaw. Now, the Constitution is not going to necessarily accommodate the things I'm saying here. And that's why I said I'm not being as pragmatic as you need me to be. But what I want to do is to push certain debates. And if ever, I mean, now we're talking of a possible constitutional review. If that happens, maybe, right, we could see how this happens. If we can have national KPIs, the question then is, how do you ensure that the parties keep to executing the national KPIs? And every 4 years, you can hold them accountable. I have a simple idea. We should agree on some non-negotiables in this common manifesto, national common manifesto, which is binding because it's not the parties that are proposing it, but we have proposed it as a country.